Hey everybody, and welcome to the second part of our online computer classes on Publisher. My name is Jeff Conwell. I work for the Harrison County Library System. I'm up here at the Orange Grove Public Library, so if you got any questions, you can come up and visit, or you can drop me a line at g.conwell@harrison.lib.ms.us or librarydude1999@gmail.com. Now, don't feel bad if you got a little lost in our class the other day. We're going to go through the tabs and look at this a little bit more methodically on how to work Microsoft Publisher. So I'm going to get out of this PowerPoint and show you what it is to use Publisher. You click on Publisher, and this is Publisher 2010, by the way. It's going to be more or less the same no matter what version you have. There are some new things, of course. Remember, this is what's called the Backstage View, where you can open a file that you worked on, or you can save the files. You can print the files. Remember, at the library, you cannot save and send. You don't have access to that. You can save the file to the computer or to a flash drive, and then attach it as an email attachment and send it where you need to. Last time we played around with the blank documents. Let's look at the brochures. Okay, these are your templates. Okay, they give you choices of using like the trifold that you would get when you come to the library and get a library card. This is the same kind of format. So if I choose this accent box here, all I got to do to choose it is hit create. And now I've got a trifold that, remember, this is your task pane over here. So, and I want to make it bigger so I can look at it a little bit bigger. I want to take my edge, see how the mouse went from the arrow to the little arrows right there together. I can make this bigger so I can see a little bit bigger on my screen. At least I should be able to. Anyway, this is the front page right here, and then when it's printed double-sided, this would be on the other side. And we talked about last time how, when you do like a newspaper article, you want to have text flow around another picture. Flow around a picture. This is what you would do. So if I want to make take this is going to be the first page. That right there is going to be the back page, and this will be on the page right here is going to be folded over. So it's folded in three parts. So if I want to take something and use a template to set it up, so I can change this logo out. When I double click on it, it's going to go to the ribbon. Remember, that ribbon is that chunk that's right up in here. Okay, you got your different files. You got your file tabs, the home, insert, page design, mailings, review, view, and format. Now, if I click on the picture, watch the ribbon change to whatever you want to do. If I right click on the object, I can change the picture, or I even can delete the object. So now I can insert a logo. If I have a logo for my business, I want to put that in there. I may even have one on that I want to put in there. So I'm going to say insert let's see, save as building block. I can insert picture, and let me go to my file here on Slavatech and see if I got art. I may have a logo in there. So if I have my logo where I want it, okay, this is a logo that I created. If I click on this logo and put it in there, it should fit automatically to the same size as the object. So I'm going to say insert picture. Okay, well, it's too big. So what am I going to do? I'm going to shrink it down to fit in that little box there. I'm clicking on the handles right here. Those are the little white dots around the side. I shrink it down about the size I want. Now it went upside down, no worries. I can always invert it once it gets that. If you look up here on this is because I have the object highlighted, the picture tools will come up, and I want to rotate this. I just want to flip it vertically. So when I click on the rotate and I click flip vertical, there it is. So now all I got to do is click and drag it into the shape. Okay? It's not perfect because the edge of it is knocking off that side box right there. And if I do that, this needs to get shrunk down just a little bit more. So I'm going to use my little height and width thing here to make it a little bit smaller. And notice I've got, when I clicked on that, you see that red line? I don't know if you can see it, but it shows that I'm in the middle of the text box. So I'm right centered right in there. Those are your guidelines. So if I want to say, I'm going to change this text out to read Artist Dude, the name of my website. So I'm going to caps lock everything and just type over what it says. Now, that's way too small for me. I want to make it capitalized. So if I highlight everything, and you're going to see this little tool that's really handy. It's the big A and small a. And that means I can make everything all caps like that. Okay? I want to change it to my all favorite font, which is, of course, Tahoma. So it's going to go to Tahoma, and now it's bigger. I want to change the font size to be bold, so I click at bold. I've also got to insert my trademark symbol in there. So if I go insert, and where are my symbols? Symbols are right here, and trademark, and now I've got my trademark there. And then I'm going to say I want Artist Dude. What do I want to put down? Product, service information. I could leave it like that, but I'm going to say, I might just say information. Or let's do commissions welcome. Can't spell. Okay, now I want to center this, so I'm going to highlight the text, left clicking and dragging my mouse over that, and I'm going to go to my text box form tools, and then I'm going to hit center. I want to put it centered in the middle from the top and the bottom and side to side. So now it's commissions welcome. Now I want to change this picture. So if I highlight the picture and I right click the picture, I can say I may need to, it's not going to change picture, okay? Change picture. When I right click on the options, it gives me all the things I can do with it. I can format the picture, do all these things right here, but all I want to do right now is change the picture. So I go to change picture, and I'm going to go, let's do maybe a picture of something that I've done. Let's do all files, I do JPEG. I may not have pictures that it can read. Okay. I want to put that picture right there. Yes. Let's see. Replace picture. Okay. Now I've got my picture there that has been replaced by the one that I have. So then below that, I'm going to put in my business name and then my contact information. And I can put an email address. Notice these are two different objects. You got one so that you can move it around, change the font size if you want to have it bolder. That's the reason why this template has two text boxes there. Okay? So that's the first page. And you just highlight everything and type it down. Let's go ahead and type that in. And I need to put in my trademark again. So I'm going to go insert symbol, trademark. I'm going to capitalize everything and center it. So how do I do that? Again, go to my text box. I hit center, and I'm going to increase the font size this time by just clicking on the big A. And then I want to make it bold. I don't mind so much that it's this Grammond font type, but I'm going to make it all capitalized by clicking on the big A and small a and seeing all caps. And I'm going to move this up, and I could put like my website address, my contact, telephone number, all of that there. I'm just going to put in email. Notice that when I hit enter, because the box is this size, what it does, it automatically shrinks it down to fit everything in there. So I want to make the font size bigger. And the way I did that was by allowing the computer to, allowing the fonts, the text box to get bigger, so it automatically knows to do that. Now, if I hit like this and keep typing in, see how it keeps getting smaller and smaller? That is not what I want. I'm going to redo that and just leave that in there. And for spacing, if I go to the text box and I can put the text in, let's go to the only way that you learn how to do this is by just playing with it. So this is how I learn everything I know about playing with the computer. Everything I know to do about stuff like that. Okay, that's what I would do for this. I'm going to put that, all I want to do right now is change the logo, put it on the back of the flyer, and I'm going to put Artist Dude below that with my logo on the top. So what I could do right here is take that object out by highlighting it and hitting delete. Now, one of the things about Publisher is these items here, the little picture and that, are two different objects put in there. Text box and the object. And the reasons why when even though I just highlighted the little picture and I hit delete, you think that it would just take out the picture. But these items are one object. They've been grouped together. So what you can do is if you highlight the whole thing and then you go to Format, you see it says Group, Ungroup. So when I ungroup it, now, and I click off on the white, that means that now this is a separate object from this object. So I'm just going to replace the picture by right-clicking, change picture. I'm going to go and replace it with my logo. Oh. And the reason why it's just doing it exactly the same proportions as my as the picture that was there before. So what I got to do is take it and uncrop it. I got to hit the crop button so all the picture shows up. See, right now it's got that right there. Hit crop again. Ooh. I think I got most of it out. Okay. So now I've got this, and just to change, rather than typing it all out again, I'm going to copy that text and then paste it over it. And remember, it's centered, but it still looks a little off on my eye. So what I'm going to do is going to move it over just a little bit. Now I got it looking good. If I left click and drag my mouse over everything, notice the handles are all highlighted. That means I'm selecting all of those. Now I want to group them together, just like I ungrouped the original so that I could edit what was there. I'm going to go up and I'm going to group them by just clicking on, I'm on the formatting tools when I highlight that. See, it goes away. There's no option. I haven't selected anything. So it's grayed out where it says group. It's not selected. I haven't selected anything to group together. But if I left click and drag my mouse over, it's got everything highlighted. Now I can click group, and this is like one object, and I can just move this around everywhere. So if I wanted to even change this out to make like that, I could do this. Now, should all be one object too, except I didn't group the words and all of that together. So I'm undoing that. I'm highlighting these, and I'm grouping this together. So now I can take this object, and it's all one object. I can replace it by putting that up there. So I maybe like that a little bit better even. So I'm going to delete this object. Then I'm going to copy this object again, and I'm going to put it below on the back side of that. So I hit copy, paste. Now I've got two of them. I just click and drag and put that here. And then I'll take this text box out and put that below. So I got the front and side of that box put together. Now, there's a lot of different things that we can do, and we're going to go through this on some more in just a second. Now I'm going to show you how to use the overflow tool to fill in the inside part of the brochure. So what I'm going to do is just simply, if I highlight the text, I'm not going to type out a new text. I'm just going to copy it and copy it until it shows you the overflow. So when I hit the cursor, the I-beam is right there. I hit paste a couple times. And what it means is that those three dots again mean there's more text there. So if I click on the three dots and then I click on the next text box in the middle of the page, you see all the text that I pasted goes from there to the second box to the third box. It flows in automatically. Okay, so that's how you would use the overflow tool to fill in everything that's on your the inside of your flyer if you're writing a bunch of different kinds of things. So anyway, use that overflow tool to help you get to put in everything that you need to, so it's all together. That way you don't have to parse out the text and paste it individually into different text boxes. You can use the overflow tool to do all of that. Okay? Okay, now I'm going to show y'all how to make a business card. You've seen the brochure, so I'm going to use some of the same information to make a business card. So I hit New, and then right here under the popular templates is a business card. And I can choose any number of these templates right down here. And I'm going to look for one that's got a bigger logo on the side. I kind of like this one. It's got a place for it. That one's got a bigger logo right there. And I like it on the side like that. So what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to use this one right here. It gives me a template for a business card. Now when I print this, if you're wondering if it's just one little thing, how is it going to know to make a bunch of them? When I hit the print, it's got this set up right here. And when you actually print it, you can load special paper that's got perforated edges, so you can tear these out and use that. So I'm going to use this template. Let me go back. I'm going to go hit the home button. Now these are, like I say, different items. I'm going to replace this with my logo that I used for the brochure. So I can say change picture. If I can't, it's because it's an object. It's not actually like art. But I hit delete. Now it's gone. I'm going to say insert picture. And I'm going to go to my file where I have everything. And like I said, if you have stuff already pre-made, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to go, let's see, look for art, and it's under this. There's my logo under art. Scroll down. Okay, I'm going to use this. Now again, it's so big, I'm going to shrink it down by clicking on those handles to make it small enough to fit in that box. So it's a little bit too big. Shrink it down a little bit more so everything's equal around the sides of this big long rectangle. Then I'm going to just simply highlight the text, type in the text I want. This is what happens when you don't look what you're typing. Okay, got to put my trademark in there. So I'm going to go right after that, insert symbol, the trademark symbol there. Now I got my logo with my company name, and I'm going to put like my name. Oh, still on caps lock. Okay. And I can put a street address, a phone number, and then I'm just going to, I'm going to put let's take this and put you highlight the text and copy it over, or you can, just delete everything and type out the number, like for a phone number. Well, I don't have a fax. I'm going to take that out, cut, and I'll replace it by highlighting this text and hit the Home tab and hit Paste. I'm going to take out this line, and I'm actually going to put, that's an email address of a website I built. And then I'm going to put my web address there. Paste. And then, so I'm going to take these addresses out. Now I'm going to put a picture here in place of all this stuff. So I'm going to put, like, let's see, I can actually make this text bigger, but let me go ahead and insert a picture. Now I could even make all this font to be white and have a background of a picture that I made, but I'm just going to, right now, let me hit insert picture, and let's see, put a picture in there, and I can shrink this down to fit the business card. Now, if I want two pictures, I could fit those in there too. So let me see. I want to say insert another picture, and let me give you, let's do, I have so many pictures to choose from. I'm going to go ahead and use the one I used before, or maybe not. I want it. So that's a big, way too big. I'm going to crop it on the Picture Tools tab, and I'm going to hit crop. Ooh. And when these handles turn from the arrow to the little line, you see these little lines around everything, I can crop the picture down. So I'm just going to crop the picture. It's not going to be perfect because the picture's not straight up and down, but still, I can even add a frame to it if I want. I'm clicking on this. If I click and drag without moving the thing, it's real tricky, but you just play with it, like I say, until you get what you need. And then, okay. So I got the picture. I'm going to shrink it down further. And you could even add stuff to it, like you could make this, like if I want to make it lighter, I could. There's all these different kind of tools up here in the picture toolbar. Like if I want to expose the brightness of it and make it lighter, I can just play with it until maybe it's too dark. And you can adjust the brightness as you need to. I'm just going to leave it actually like it is right now. But I'm going to go ahead and add a frame to it by clicking Picture Border and putting in a border. And let's do, wait. Okay. So now I've got a little thing right there that's got like a business card. And then when I hit File and I hit Print, you're going to see I got a bunch of business cards done. So that's how you do that. And don't forget to save your work. What you do is, remember you want to put it with a certain name, you click Save As, and I'm going to call this business card. Make sure you can find it by what you do is you can you go where you want to put it. And I'm going to put it in my USB drive with my art, so I'll know where it is. Ooh. And artist dude, and I'm just going to put it here, a business card right there. So now when I go to look for it, I find it, I'm going to close it out, and then I'm going to open it up again by going to my file, and it should be right out there, business card, there it is. It opens up. If I need to edit it, change a phone number out or something like that, I can do that. Now, notice that this line went automatically underneath the one before, If I stretch the text specs out a little bit, it's still not going to fit in there. So I can either make the print smaller for this, or just even take it out and delete, because of course that's a phone number. And then take that out too. So now it's more uniform with everything. I'm going to even take this out. Okay. And that looks a lot better. But I noticed that my name is not lined up with the rest of the text. So I can put that down just like that. Just clicking on the edge of the box, the text box, and drag it to where you want it to fit. And that will, if it doesn't do it, I'll find that little dot. It still goes up. Well, when you do templates, it's a little bit like that. Making everything together is kind of hard. I could also just simply put my name in this text box below, and that way it would fit together. So if I just take this out, but because it's got my name kind of, separate, it seems like it's better that way. And so anyway, don't forget to save your work.